My name is Mike Hendricks. I live in Prior Lake, Minnesota. I had wanted to be a police officer for as long as I could remember. My school resource officer in high school, he kind of took me under his wing. I was with a bad group, doing some pretty stupid things, and he showed me there was another way. So I decided, yes, I'd like to be a cop. That seems like something good and something noble. So I finished my education, started working for the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office in 2006, became licensed in 2012. And then from there, I worked in the jail. I worked in a specialty startup unit that was addressing gang violence and drugs based out of Hennepin County Medical Center. Did that for a couple of years, and my last almost 3 years I spent as a full-time crime scene investigator for Hennepin County. I was proud of the work I did. I loved what I did. I thought I was making my family happy, my wife, 3 kids. Some of the difficulties I had to go through mentally with this job is they tell you in school that you're going to see things normal people don't see. You're going to smell things that normal people don't smell. It's a part of the job. You have to deal with it, and then you move on. They had us read a book. I forget the name of it, but that's pretty much all the mental health training we got was you're going to see stuff, you're going to smell stuff. Here's a book, read the book, take care of yourself, and move on. And so that's what we did. I didn't know any different. I hadn't done any type of law enforcement work prior, so I had no idea, what or how to deal with these things. You do have to be damn near perfect on every call, especially those hot calls, because you could hold somebody's life in your hands. But then when I get home, what do I do? My kids aren't perfect. My wife's not perfect. I'm not perfect. But damn it, we have to be perfect. And so that created some tense exchanges. Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing this? Why did you get a B instead of an A? And I expected that perfection all the time from myself and my family. As you can imagine, I've seen a lot of things that people shouldn't see. They say the average person will see 1, maybe 2 truly traumatic events in their lifetime. And as cops, we call that a Tuesday. I mean, you're running into it every day. One of them was, I was with a partner. We were just working in unwitnessed death. It happens sometimes, someone lives alone. So we were working on that, and then a call came out about a shooting. The suspect was at large, and they're trying to chase the suspect. Victim, unknown condition at the time, and it's a busy intersection. So I went on the reds up there, got there at the same time as the medics, and the medics went and pronounced her, and I knew right then my job had changed. I had changed from a responding officer to now crime scene. It's an outdoor crime scene. It's in January. It's 20 below core temperature without the wind, and homicides take hours to process. So I knew I was in for a long night, which, hey, that's part of my job. So we're getting ready to process the scene, and then all of a sudden, you're hearing radio chatter that, we believe we have the suspect in this apartment complex. And I have my radio on. I'm trying to process this scene. It's an active shooter situation at this point until we know different. I have 2 cops with rifles on my back while I'm trying to process this. One of the officers I knew by his voice. I had worked with him at county, and he moved on to a different department. And I could hear that he was the main guy in the lead searching for this guy, right? And then all of a sudden you hear shots fired. And I don't remember if it was on the radio or if someone else said, he's hit. Well, it ended up being this guy that I'd worked with forever. The suspect he came down the staircase and was shooting at them. He was lucky enough that it hit his vest, tore his vest in half, but he was okay. But at that time, I didn't know that. So I'm thinking a guy I've known for years that I used to work with has just been shot by the shitbag. And I'm trying to sit here and deal with this young lady that he had just killed. And she was legit frozen to the ground because, when she expired, her body was warm. Well, it wasn't anymore. And we're out in these 20 below, and it was just misery all the way around. A friend got shot, someone died, it's 20 below. How much worse can we get? I mean, that's one of them. How I came to find out that I was broken, or I had PTSD, or whatever you want to call it. I had applied for a different department. I was number one on their hire list. I went and saw their psychologist, and she said, "You're not fit to be law enforcement." I was like, "Chief, what else do you got? What else is there?" And he said, "I don't know. They were intending to dismiss." And I was losing it. This is who I am. You're a cop. That's part of who you are. Literally 2 days before Christmas, they came and said, "I need your prox card to get in and out of buildings. I need any badges you have. I need this, I need that." And I lost it. It was about, God, I don't remember. It was late. Mid-afternoon, 2-ish, 2:30. I am sitting on my bedroom floor, and I'm not feeling anything. I'm just numb, completely numb, not caring about shit. And I have one of my pistols in my mouth, and I'm done. I'm a failure. I failed my family. I failed myself. I could tell I was putting pressure on the trigger, and then my dog barked and my back door slammed shut. It's my kids coming home from school. I almost fucked my kids up for life. And it was horrible. I mean, I have no other words for it. I was half pound away from just being done. I acted like everything was okay, though. Everything's fine. I'm okay. A few months later, I started really going to therapy. A couple times a week. Got on some medications. I hate those medications. I probably gained 70 pounds. But, that's helped to a point. There's a point where they don't work anymore, and so you try other medications, and maybe you try something else, and, things are getting better, though. So Hometown Hero Outdoors has helped improve my life, personally, and with my family, because it's gotten me out doing the things I enjoy. The fishing, the hunting. I didn't do that for years. It was just something that was lost. I didn't have the motivation. I had the want, but I didn't have the burning desire to get my ass out of bed and do it. So I just said, fuck it, I'm going to sign up for a trip. And I did. And I won. So I was super excited. And my wife told me, she goes, "This is the most excited I've seen you in years. You're going to go out and goose hunt or fish or whatever that one was." And, I talked about it leading up to the trip. I went on the trip. I come back and, she would ask me, "How was it?" And I was telling stories, and it made me realize that I still had the passion to go out and do outdoors activities. And that was a big part of my healing. I'm not a very religious person at all. To me, my church is the outdoors, just because it's such a wonderful area, whether I harvest anything or not. I'm just amazed by it, and that's part of my healing that I was missing. I would say to others that may be going through same or similar what I was, you're not alone. There's others, we feel it. We're not going to judge you. We don't care. We just want you to be you. We want you to enjoy your life. We will help with whatever we can, if it's out hunting or if it's taking a phone call or a cup of coffee. Everyone I've talked to, they've been more than supportive. Whatever you need, brother, call me. And it lets me know that there's a whole community out there of people that have or are suffering from something because they have a servant's heart and they went out and followed that. And unfortunately, the system has not helped them. So, you know what? We're not going to let them fail. We're not going to leave them behind. It's a community. It's a brotherhood, a sisterhood. And that's a big part of what a lot of cops, when they get out, they're missing that brotherhood. Because once you're done, you're done. They don't call out to you and talk to you. But Hometown Hero Outdoors, with their large community and shared passions, you find those connections. And so don't hesitate to reach out. Facebook message, Instagram, whatever it may be, a phone call. You're not alone. Others have gone through it. Others are going through it. And we won't judge you. We'll be there with you and walk alongside. If I were standing here live in front of these folks today, I would tell them that this organization is saving lives. It's helping people find their passion again, helping them find their purpose. It's led by, great guys who have a passion for the outdoors, but they also have a servant's heart. And they're making sure that nobody is left behind. So if you haven't donated, please consider. They've helped me tremendously. I know they as in Hometown Hero Outdoors, they have saved lives because of the programs they do. And, $5, that's all it takes. And if you're in a spot where you can comfortably do more, I do urge you to, take a look and see what you can do, because everyone involved in this organization has stood up for you and they've put their life on the line for you. And now they're trying to find some healing. And your donation is one of the ways that someone can find hope and maybe a spark of life again.